is the frequency in use. All right, very good. This is K4PEW net control for the Mount Juliet Simplex radio net. Is there any emergency or priority traffic? Fine business. Didn't expect there to be any. If there is any emergencies, please call 911, or you can call us afterwards, or we'll help you out if you can't get to 911. The net may be broken at any time for an emergency. For information on this net, you can look us up on YouTube right now on 146. No, not on 146. Just look at my call, K4PEW, in the search block, K4PEW, my call sign. Should come right up. It's a little blurry right now. I don't know how to fix that. Take a moment. But you'll get the gist of it. And sometimes it doesn't want to do autofocus on the YouTube feed, that is. You can also see us on our regular website, 146.415.net, 146.41, no dot in it, 146.415.net. Or you can go to our groups.io site, groups.India Oscar, and just do a search for MJSS, which stands for Mount Juliet Simplex Society. That way you can sign up for the email if you want to. You don't have to, of course. And you can see us, our schedule there on the front page. It's available to all, where our net schedule is. We also send out reminders about other nets related to, well, ham radio nets mostly, nothing else. No fishing nets, no drag nets, just ham radio nets. We conduct the net at 8 p.m. on Wednesdays and Saturdays on 146.415 Simplex. Been doing that in September, it'll be 7 full years. Purpose of the net is to have fun and to support the ham radio community. And having fun includes figuring out who you can hear and who you can't hear in this great hobby. In the process, if we ever have an emergency, you'll be man, I was even off frequency. Be well suited to help and serve in an emergency. Nobody even mentioned that to me. I'm not shocked though. It was only 1 point something off. Anyway. Where was I? Oh yeah, events. We got the big event Saturday. Don't forget it. Saturday is the Ham Quest at Wilson County Fairgrounds. Ham Quest. Don't forget, 8 a.m. Be there early. Will be a big event. There's some commercial vendors there. I suspect. Well, I know all the tables are sold out. There'll be a lot of tailgaters. A lot of people showing up. So bring cash. Or if you have an ATM machine, bring that too. We'll have a good time. Is there something else on frequency there? Somebody's got a dead key there. Somebody with a dead key, please don't do that again. I see it's I don't know how much everybody heard, but we're starting that here momentarily. Well, this isn't fun. Let's wait and see if the playing is done with.
KB9 BNM.
KB9 BNM. Is there another station out there? Please come now. Oddly enough, well, with all my goofing around, I realized I wasn't transmitting, but somebody else was. I'm sorry about that. Let's start all over. The net started. Emergencies can come at any time. You can see us right now on YouTube, 146 on K4PEW. Well, I messed that up real good tonight. my thing got unplugged. My whole arrangement here for the push to talk and the mic. You guys could hear me on the YouTube, but nobody else could hear me. At any rate, I'll skip all that other intro. Don't forget the Ham Quest. Ham Quest this weekend. There was another station in there. There was that stinking repeater up there in Western Kentucky, in Paducah. I don't want to say somebody on that's born there, but you know what I'm saying. But anyway, that's right on 146.415. The guy has a 9 call. He's in Indiana, and he's in that corner where he can reach that repeater. Anyway, and the repeater's output is partially on this frequency in Kentucky. It doesn't have we can't get back into it just because it's so far away, and B, it's an output only segment of their repeater system. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, purpose of this to have fun. Figure out who you can hear, who you can't hear. Don't forget Ham Quest this weekend, Saturday, 8 a.m. Be there with money. There'll be a lot of fun. All the tailgaters can show up. All the tables are already sold, and there's commercial vendors there, so we'll all have a real good time. And yeah, we'll see you there. I shall be there. Do we have any other announcements?
Where's it at? Where you going to be, Paul? Where's Ham Quest?
Wilson County Fairgrounds, 8 a.m. over in just south of Lebanon.
No, thank you.
All right, very good. Michael, do you have a question?
What me, Paul?
Oh, I thought I heard your voice as well. I figured you knew where it was.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Comment.
Hey, go ahead, Richard.
Yeah, the fairground is more on the east side of Lebanon now, Paul. If they'll go out to the bypass out there, come off the interstate at the Watertown exit, they'll get right to it and head back north. It's the fairground is south to the interstate. I don't know what I'm trying to say now. It is, if you're on the bypass, it runs north and south, but the fairground itself is actually east of downtown. So if they get off the interstate or find the bypass in Lebanon, it'll take them right to it. Kilo Delta 9, Indian November Kilo.
Oh boy, see that station up in there, that thing up in Kentucky. Does anybody else hear that station, how loud it is?
Yes, I did.
That's horrible.
I hear it, W9BOQ. Yeah, Kilo Delta 9, Indian November Kilo.
At any rate, yes, it is east of downtown. But it's actually, if you go out 40, if you're coming in on 40, you go north on 70, and it's on the right-hand side. Can't miss it after about a mile or so. Coming in from somewhere in Lebanon, just ask one of the locals and they'll put you. Anyway, it's north on 70. North on 70. If you're getting off on 40, coming east or west. Anyway, any other questions? You're right. I always think it's south of Lebanon, but it's not really. It's south. It's kind of actually from downtown. It's technically southeast. Richard.
As you said.
Yeah, no, you're right though. For some reason, I always think it's southeast. I mean south. Whenever I think about going, I don't know why. Anyway, wasn't too good there on the directions, or at least on the location. Anybody who can find Wilson County Fairgrounds, it's not too hard to find. Any other stations wishing on? Well, and then of course December, not this Saturday, but August 21st is the Ham Fest. That's at the what do you call it? Huntsville. Everybody in the planet, well, everybody at least in the southeast seems to show up there. It's one of the biggest and baddest. It rivals the one in Orlando, which I've been to. I've never been to the one up in Ohio, so I know that's the big mother of all Ham Fest. So, but it's a big one. You don't want to miss that one either.
Really?
Okay, go ahead, then.
Just to cut you off, that's a perfect hit on. You got to pull the left off the boat. You got to take the springs out. Anyway, I got the car changed, but I ain't got it back on the street.
Dennis, did you have something?
Oh, there's a station coming in almost as strong as you. You don't hear him?
Oh, yeah, I hear it very strong, but it's not on our net. That's the guy up there in Kentucky.
Hey, there was a KD9 station I wanted to check in. If you want a relay, I'll put you through.
Are you sure he was checking in? That's KB9 BNN?
Kilo Delta 9, India November Kilo, KD99K in Urbana,
Oh, very good. It was a different one that I was hearing. Yeah, great. Checking in. This is K4PEW in Mount Juliet, Tennessee. We do a net here every Wednesday and Saturday night at 8 p.m.
Oh yeah, you had to wait. I had to let that set up.
I didn't catch all of that. Go say it again.
Say it again, KD9. Kilo Delta 9 India November Kilo KD99K Urbana, Illinois. You are 40 over here to northern Tennessee. Anyway, Paul, the net control, he's not hearing everything you're saying, but he got you checked in if you didn't hear. So, Paul, you got the call sign right, KD9INK. This is W9BOQ.
Yeah, no, he's coming in strong. It was a little bit just what he was saying in that last part I didn't quite understand, but yeah, no, it's unbelievable how good the conditions are out of Illinois.
QFL, thanks for checking me in there. I just wanted to make quick contact with you guys. Heard you out there. You guys are booming it here to Central Illinois.
All righty, very good. Glad to hear it. That's awesome conditions to get into Illinois. We've never had that happen before. We do get some interference out of Kentucky, Western Kentucky, on the same frequency, but never from Illinois.
I copy that. I'm picking them up too. So, all right. Well, you guys have fun with your net there. Just want to do a quick check-in. 73 to you guys. KD99K. I'll be clear on your final.
Yeah, very good. Glad to have you in there. We generally get about over time about 35 check-ins twice a week, so we do real good on this Simplex net. Anyway, anybody? Let me move on here. Just had a nice interruption there, actually. Let's see. Today is obviously we know what day it is today. Hold on. Grab my notebook, but this is net number 712, starting from the west. It's July 28th, 2021. We'll be taking check-ins from people short on time first, and then first-time check-ins if there are any. Let's take the people short on time first. Please come now.
Kilo Mike 4 Bravo November Romeo. LaSalle out of Mount Juliet.
Yeah, very good, LaSalle. You doing all right?
Yes, sir. I'm doing okay. I'm glad to see you out calling the net. Hey, I just want to let you know, if you know anybody in the group that needs any Pelican cases or some batteries for a Go Kit, shoot them my number. I got 2 of them here, and I got 3 batteries all set up for power poles and everything.
Peloton cases, and what was the other the batteries?
Yes, sir. I got 3 batteries lined in sync with each other with power poles, all ready to be put in the case.
Ah, very good. Peloton cases and batteries. You're going to be at the Hamfest on Saturday with any of them?
I was thinking about coming by myself, but I wasn't going to bring anything with me.
Oh, okay, I got you. No, that's good. Well, very good. Put that up on the web if you don't mind, on the email system.
I tried, but I got the email return saying could not be delivered.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that would be. I'll double check that a little later if you don't mind, and I'll get squared away with you on that.
Roger. Thanks again for calling the net, and I said 73. I'm listening if you need me. KM4BNR 73 from now.
Yeah, very good, LaSalle. Good to have you in there. That's LaSalle, Kilo Mike 4 Bravo November Romeo here in Mount Juliet. Who else is short on time?
KK4WU.
All righty. How you doing there, Bill?
Doing good. Not really short on time, but I'll be standing by if anybody has any hand questions.
Yeah, HandQuest. What the heck is that?
Yeah, I don't know. I bet the guys up in Illinois don't know that. And greetings to my brothers up in Illinois. I'm from Central Illinois originally, Taylorville, Springfield area. So it's good to have Champaign-Urbana in there tonight.
Yeah, it is. No, it's nice. It was very refreshing to hear somebody come in from up in Illinois. That was first for me here in the net.
Yeah, roger that. Hey, we'll have a talk in on 147.105. 147.105 plus offset. 156.7 tone. It's the WARC repeater. That's on Saturday morning.
Man, you can't do a Simplex talk in. What's wrong with you, dude?
Yeah, we'll get
better. We're learning, you know.
I know. Yes. Well, that's the problem is if somebody doesn't have it programmed into their radio, they have to figure out how to do that. Simplex, we don't have to figure out it. We're simple. We're dumb.
Yeah, we may just surprise you. We may watch 415 as well.
All right. Very good, Bill. That's Bill in Possum Town, Kilo 4 Whiskey uniform. And if you have any questions about the Ham Quest, just jump in the air and he'll be standing by. Who else is short on time? Nobody. How about first time check-ins? Anybody besides the guy in Illinois? Nothing. Well, let's go ahead with starting from the west. Please come on.
KM4YRF Mike in Billshire.
Yeah, very good, Michael. You still got to come by and get that bike, man.
I ran out of time Sunday, Paul. I really meant to do it, but I'll definitely do it this weekend.
Well, it's not going anywhere. That's why they call it a stationary bike.
Yuck.
Yeah, it doesn't. That doesn't go anywhere. Anyway, everything going well?
Yeah, everything's going pretty good except the heat.
Oh man. Yeah, it's not the heat; it's the humidity.
It's both.
Oh man, it's awful. I was out there today and it was hot. And I said, ew. I came in and I worked out in the garage and it's just as hot, almost, well, it's not quite as hot in the garage, but it's really warm.
I hear that. I had to go to physical therapy after work, and I was almost embarrassed because my shirt was wet, and I'm sure I didn't smell that great.
Yeah, they're used to that. Anyway, that was Michael. He's in Bellshire. He also does the net on Sunday nights at 7:30 p.m. on 28.415. 7:30 p.m. Sundays, 28.415. Who else is west? Nobody else west?
KG4ILV, Jack and Donaldson. PR just got a quick check-in for you.
Who's the quick check-in? Hold on, Jack.
K3MPR. Hey, I won't be at the Ham Fest. I got to go out of town for a funeral. So just wanted to drop in real quick because we'll be leaving in a little bit. But you guys enjoy. K3MPR will be clear. See you guys.
I'm sorry you won't be able to make it, and I'm sorry you had a funeral you've got to go to.
Yeah, plans always going right, seems like lately.
Yeah, well, could be worse, but that's pretty bad. Yeah, funeral you got to go to sounds like somebody close to the family, and my condolences to the rest of the family.
Yeah, it was a family friend that I grew up with, sister-in-law's sister. So we're heading up as soon as we get back.
Yeah, well, very good. Well, have a safe trip, man. That was Michael, K3MPR here in Mount Juliet. Sorry sorry you missed the Ham Fest. It's gonna be a good one. We'll take videos. Who else is west? Please come down.
KG4LV, Jack and Donaldson.
Nah, I see they got a Cushman on there. Looks just almost just like it.
They're on 1300.
Wow, those other stations are strong. Jack, I hear you. Kilo Golf 4, India Lima Victor. You're almost covering you up.
Well, I can't hear them at all over here.
Oh, be glad. It sounds like they're on the net.
Yeah, that's what it appears to be. But anyway, thanks for doing the net, Paul, and I'll let you get back to it.
All right, very good. That was Jack, Kilo Golf 4, India Lima Victor. Who else is west?
I heard Johnson City.
Johnson City's in there?
I'll send it to you and look at it if you want to or not.
I hear Johnson City in there? Any other station? I don't think Johnson City's. That could be. There's a repeater north of Johnson City in Virginia that comes in here sometimes on 415. It's at 4,000 feet on a mountaintop.
Well, that don't look like the same thing.
No, it's not exactly, but it's like.
Oh man, those two guys talking are killing me. Who else is west? Please come down.
I heard that. Yeah, but see that one there, I bet don't have no reverse on it.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody can hear that, but I'm not kidding you. It's as if the guy's right next to my house. It's that strong. Any other state? We have to move. Maybe we'll move it to 425 or something. We'll see if he keeps up. Who else? Anybody else west? Kilo November 4, Zulu Papa Foxtrot. How you doing tonight? Yeah, you're really weak tonight. Are you somewhere different than normal? Oh, yeah, Will, you're really, really low. You must be on, are you on a handheld or are you just in the house?
Your worker daughter? No, it's the manager at the Burger King in Harrisburg.
Will, you're getting covered up, I think. Say it again.
Yeah, whole family was in his car and rolled over.
Oh man, this station is overpowering weak stations to me. That's horrible, and I can't possibly block him out. Okay, I got you checked in, Will. That's Will in Nashville. Kilo November 4 Zulu Papa Foxtrot. Who else is West? Anybody else west? Anybody south? Please come now.
Whiskey Victor 4 Delta, Ken Smirnoff.
Hey Ken, can you hear that station?
I do hear it. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's terribly loud, and they don't know we're here because they're just, they're on a repeater out there. It's either in Paducah or it's in north of Johnson City in Virginia. I don't know which.
Yeah, they're coming in pretty strong. We need to do something about that. Well, we can't do anything, can we?
Well, if you know anybody who works for the big national organization that runs Black Hawk helicopters and has them missiles on them.
Yep, let's go shoot them down.
Knock down their repeater. Yeah, it's awful, really, but whatever. I guess the only recourse, we really don't have a recourse under conditions like this, because you figure, look at that Illinois station coming in here tonight. I wouldn't want to stop a Simplex, but we certainly are going to have problems periodically with, with conditions like that.
I agree, but with everybody going everywhere on Simplex, or here's the repeater with the output on Simplex, and they've been approved. What can we do about it?
Not much, really, unless we charge them with willful interference after we notify them they're interfering with it.
In fact, you got to pull a boat out. There they are again. Topple at the moment.
Yeah, I know. Well, you're overcoming them, but other stations are not. Well, very good, Ken. Appreciate the input on that. I don't know what we can do, quite honestly. I'll have to contact our corporate attorneys.
Toppling on it. Yes, sir. Paul, thank you for what you do. You go ahead with them that. This is Whiskey Victor 4 Delta.
Yeah, very good. That's Ken, Whiskey Victor 4 Delta in Smyrna, to those who are central, middle Tennesseans. Who else is south?
K4, K4, J1.
Hey, hold on there, Eddie. I heard you in there. That's KA4, right? KA4JJY. I'll be right back to you. Anyway, Tony, how you doing?
I'm above ground, but I got parts on back order.
Oh man, well in this environment, then you might never get the parts.
Oh, man, hey, Amazon delivers. What can you say?
Well, if they got it, they'll deliver. You're right. Are you hearing that interference at all?
No, I'm not.
I'm surprised. I really am, because it's loud.
Well, so are we. So there you go.
Well, maybe I wish we could bother them, but like I said, it's an output only from their. I don't know how it's linked, but they got an output only on that side of their system.
Well, Saturday while you're at the hamvention, put together your little strength team, and mosey on up there and put a couple of K12 saws and maybe a quarter stick of dynamite and no more interference.
Oh, I agree. Well, I'll bring a hatchet.
Yeah, I heard it that time.
That's what I'm saying. They're loud. I'm sorry. I'm glad that everybody can't hear it, quite honestly, because it's annoying. Well, very good, Tony. Good to have you in there. You got any sponsors for the net tonight?
Oh man, I just sat down. Tonight we're sponsored by the Tyco Airplane Glue Sniffers Union, Local 544.
Or 545. or 546, whichever one they can remember.
Yeah, there you go.
Very good. That was Tony, KF4 KFQ in Smyrna. And I heard Eddie in there. Eddie, good to hear you.
Yeah, so the A4JY. I wonder how Robin runs with his. Last week I spent about a week in the hospital myself. That they didn't get out of me.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry to hear you're in the hospital. Everything all right now?
Yeah, it was. I won't go through the bloody details, but anyway, I wound up with the doctors got my heart wouldn't set down like it was supposed to. It's sleeping upside down, so they moved me from since Southern Hills don't have any heart doctors over to Centennial, and then they got into the my uh, uh, I've been in down here the gallbladder. Anyway, they went in there with a camera to look and had a great big egg size thing that was blocking the blocking it. It was making me feel so bad and sad. So they got that out. Then the next day they went in and took the whole thing out because they figured we'd do it again. And I think then they took me down. I had to go down and they took my wanted to look behind my heart, but should have went in and uh, uh, blood clot. And then when that worked, they shot my heart in order to make with a voltage, and I think they got it right back upside right now. So I had kind of a message there for a while.
Yeah, wow. It sounds like a lot of trouble. You feeling okay, though?
Yeah, I'm fine right now, as far as I know. That's when I was last week is that.
Well, Robin's doing real good. He's recovering fine and up and about and messing around and still, the longer recovery period when you go through a bad surgery, but he's getting along pretty good.
What they have done?
I can't explain it all, but it had to do with like a 6 or 7 or 8 hour surgery on his that part of your stomach below the abdomen, the part of the intestine below the stomach, and the pancreas and that kind of arrangement there. There was a tumor in there, I think.
All over now?
Yeah, it all worked out very good from what the doctors told him. So I guess he's going to be looking forward to some more therapy in the future, and he'll keep us all posted.
Okay, before I finally ever cools down, I've got to order me. I'm getting me a new 100-foot line, and I'm gonna check on see if I find anything on QTH. But I'm gonna get into the and have everything ready to go. So when he's ready to go, I'll have everything just off we go.
All right, sounds good. Hey, Robin, go ahead.
Good evening. I just wanted to check in on that. Eddie, good to hear you back on the air. Eddie, I'm a pancreatic cancer patient now. Got through the surgery and chemotherapy is going to start here in a couple of 3 weeks. Okay, well, very good. Glad you got through it. Like I said, I didn't want you to get ahead of me, so I had two surgeries and I put something else to call it. So I'm not going to say I'm going to get all this stuff ready. So when you're finally get up to speed and all that, and the weather goes down, we're ready to move the antenna and all of it get work. Understood. Carry on. All right, nice to hear you.
Yeah, very good. I got you checked in, Robin. Everything else going all right?
Yeah, can't complain. Enjoying my time here in the shack. Get projects cleaned off the bench.
Well, don't get used to it. You might have to go back to work.
Yeah, probably in a few weeks.
Yeah, sooner the better, hopefully.
I got a ways to go yet. We got to figure out how this chemo is going to affect. It's going to be essentially 2 days every 2 weeks for 6 months.
Wow, 6 months, really? That's so that FMLA is going up the whole 6 months?
I don't know about that because the treatments are spread out. I go in for an infusion on one day, and then I come home with an apparatus that goes on for 46 hours beyond that. And that's going to take the wind out of my sails for a couple of days, and then do it again in 2 weeks. So somewhere, within that 2-week period, I can go back to work, get the thing done.
Yeah, well, let's all hope for the best.
That's all we got right now.
Oh, yeah. No, it's all good. Um, I'm just glad that everything went so smoothly in the surgery and the recovery so far.
Yeah, me too. There's a lot to be thankful for. Moving on.
All right, very good, Robin. That was Robin. Kilo 4, India Delta Charlie here, just on the east side of Percy Priest Lake off of Mount Juliet Road. Who else is west or south?
Kilo Mike 4, November, Yankee, Bill.
Hey, Bill. I'm surprised you don't hear those stations up there in up in Kentucky.
I hear a little something in the background once in a while, but very, very rarely.
Yeah, well, like I said, they were really, really loud, and it was really, really annoying. But I can't do anything about conditions other than just changing frequency.
Well, you do what you can do and live with it and go on, because tomorrow's a new day.
Oh yeah, it's not a real big deal. It doesn't happen that often. It's been happening more recently during the summer months here, especially in the morning. But you know, it's livable. It's not a big deal. They can't hear me, so all my complaining doesn't do any good.
We just, like I said, do the best we can. Do things.
Yeah, I agree. Well, very good. You're doing all right, though, Bill?
Well as can be expected. 89, hang on. Hey.
All right, very good. Good to have you in there, Bill. You sound real good tonight. That's Kilo Mike 4, November, excuse me. Kilo Mike 4, November Yankee in Murfreesboro. Who else? What you had? You had a check-in relay, Dennis?
Yeah, KD9 station. I'll try to relay you. Go ahead. You working on something or something? Yeah, this is a Simplex net in Nashville, Tennessee. Go ahead. Well, no, nothing. Okay, sorry.
I don't know whether he was just testing you or he was thinking he was on a repeater.
Nashville. Now you doubled with them.
Yeah, go ahead.
Station, come back. All right, go ahead. He was there.
Oh, I know he was. I heard him at the tail end of what I said.
He might not have been checking in. You hear a call sign. He might have just been on the repeater.
Yeah, I don't know. You're right. It's hard to tell. Yeah, it's easy to get fooled when the signals are that strong.
That one guy, the high-end K station, he was full. He was as strong as you.
I know it. I heard him. It was unbelievable.
I'll do my check-in now. W9BOQ.
Excuse me. I'm writing another thing at the same time. W9BOQ. All right. Everything going well on your trip there, Dennis?
Yes, caught fish and had fun. And we left, and it was 70 degrees and 25% humidity. And when we got out of the car in Nashville, it was 8 o'clock at night, 90 degrees and 80% humidity. My two boys wanted to go back to Wisconsin.
Yeah, it's like walking into a sauna, wasn't it?
It is. Well, anyway, continue on. It's a difficult night for the net, so I'll let you go ahead. W9BOQ.
It's an odd net for the net, that's for sure. That was Dennis, Whiskey 9, Bravo, Oscar, Quebec, and he is in Castellian Springs. Who else is, well, who else? He was in North, but he was just checking in on a relay. But we thought it was a relay. Anyway, anybody from the south or west, please come in.
Kilo 4, Yankee, Victor.
Hey, Larry, you're not hearing any of that stuff, are you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, cool. I can't. So it's really blanketing everybody who's got a reasonably high antenna in a good location.
Yeah, you scared me.
Scared you?
Yeah, I thought my receive went out when I couldn't hear you.
Oh, you mean earlier? Yeah, that was dumb. I was goofing around with that doesn't really matter what I was doing. If anybody was watching the feed early on, I was trying to be funny and put part of a mask over my screen since we're doing the mask mandates.
Okay, man, we'll let you go. KU4SYV.
All right, that was Larry. Rockvale, Kilo, Echo 4, Sierra, Yankee, Victor. His last name's not Rockvale. That's where he's from. Who else is west or south?
KL4 DQH, Drew, Murfreesboro.
Hey, Drew. How are you?
Oh, pretty good, Paul. What about yourself?
I'm doing just dandy. I was trying to stay out of the heat, but it can't be done, really.
Yeah, I had to cut the grass earlier today.
at 5, and it took me about 2 hours, and man, it was hot outside. It wore me out.
Well, you're quite a bit younger than me, but I have found as I got into my 70s, I'm a lot less tolerant to hot weather.
Yeah, I did not like it at all. I came back and I had to guzzle down 4 water bottles to feel somewhat normal again.
Yeah, no, it's interesting how the sun and the heat seem to really drain people more so than other things, you know.
Yeah, it's funny. Like when I'm working on the ambulance and stuff like that, you're going in and out of the heat. And, you go back to the truck AC or go to the hospital and it's AC. Mowing the grass or whatever like that for like an hour or two, it really puts a burden on your body.
Yeah, it is interesting how much it really does. It's kind of fun. It's not even just the what do you call it? Like even it's not even just the sweating. It's not as if you're going into a heat is it prostration? Yeah, prostration. It's just that it's yeah, I'm thirsty when I come in from outside, but it's just like it just wears you down.
Yeah, most definitely. Like I came in and I was like, man, I text my wife and I told her I'm exhausted. Like I am wore out. Like I had to sit in the house with the AC for about 45 minutes before I was able to bounce back.
Yeah, I may have mentioned this on the air before. First time I was deployed overseas. We were in the Middle East, and we were in the when we were in port in the Persian Gulf there in Bahrain. We'd knock off work at 11 because you couldn't work in the afternoon because it got into the one often, not always, often got into the 120s, and man, does that tear you up that heat.
When it gets up in the triple digits, the dry heat with no humidity, it just wears on you.
Yeah, it also wears on your feet because you can't stand on the pavement.
That's hot potatoes.
Hey, how come I wrote down your call wrong, apparently? Give me your call again. I've got it for DQH, but did I get it wrong?
Yeah, it's KO4 DQH, Dairy Queen Host headquarters.
Yeah, I know I get it. For some reason, I neglected to put in the K. Oh, I put in the K and I forgot about the O.
There you go.
Well, very good. Good to have you. You're doing all right, though, out there on the road every day, I guess, huh?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I just got done taking. I don't know if I know you're familiar with the hospitals and stuff, but I just got done taking an ICS, a FEMA ICS 300 course class. It was 2 days, and talking about that was very strenuous, death by PowerPoint, but I'm glad it's done.
I tell you what, you can tell a bureaucrat put together those ICS courses.
Yes, you can. They sit through the class to realize how boring they are.
Yeah, that's some of the worst. I did it online without a class, which it might be worse, but I went through that and you can keep taking the quiz. I swear on one of those, I don't remember which one it was. I was so disgusted with the course, trying to understand how bureaucratic it was. I had to take the exam like 3 times.
Yeah, it's interesting how example like our quiz, our last test to pass. I think we said 7 or 8 of them checked positive. The instructors were saying that the test was actually geared for people to fail. Those terminology. I don't know. I think you do though. Work, I think.
Drew, if you can hear me, you're getting covered up with it. It's a worse doubled out of, if you imagine, out of Kentucky.
There you go. Go ahead. I'm hearing that guy out of Kentucky every now and then.
Yeah, it's loud. It's loud. Yeah, no, that course was. Yeah, I can see it. It's a very interesting philosophy. If that's true. It's geared so you'll fail, so you have to keep going over the material 2 or 3 times to figure it out.
Absolutely. I'm not really looking forward to do the ICS 400. It's a week long. You hear that, QIM? I bet you did. Hopefully, I don't have to take that anytime soon.
Well, what's interesting about it, if you looked at that, I don't remember what was in that course you're talking about. I honestly don't. But if you look at that material, you realize as a ham radio operator, sitting where you are in Murfreesboro, the odds of you actually having to participate at that level are about 1%.
Yeah, that's. I figured because I'm doing ambulance and I work on the ambulance. So for me to use those the paperwork and stuff like that, it's very slim. Now, if I was with the fire department who got deployed all the time to like wildfires, or I was on the rescue team who had to go to like hurricane areas and stuff like that, I can see using that paperwork more often. But for me, it's not very often. Granted, I am on the ambulance, the Tennessee State Ambulance Task Force, so there is potential.
Oh yeah, no, there is a slight potential, but again, even understanding who's coming in from whether it's FEMA or the National Guard or whoever is going to be the authority having jurisdiction over that process, just figuring that out, I think is going to be a little tough. Anyway, let me move on. Drew, it's good to have you in there. That's Drew, Kilo 4 Delta, Queen, well, it's Kilo, excuse me, I did it again. Kilo Oscar 4 Delta, Quebec Hotel in Murfreesboro. Who else is this, Sal? Anybody else south or east?
Whiskey Alpha 4 Zulu Hotel India, James is Mount Juliet.
I don't think you're hearing those stations, are you, James?
No, I only hear local stations.
That's what I thought. If you were looking at the YouTube video, you could hear them. You could hear the doubling that I hear, and it's really strong doubling. It wiped out part of what Drew was saying, and some others as well. But yeah, it's pretty strong. But you doing okay?
I'm doing okay. I could hear it on YouTube, and I just couldn't hear it on my receiver.
Who are you talking to? MEC?
Let's see. Those stations are going to drive me nuts. We need an alternate. I'll have to say, I do have an alternate, but we got to go to 425 if this happens again. Anyway, James, good to have you in there. I'm glad you're doing all right. Whiskey Alpha 4. You going to be able to make the Ham Fest?
Probably not.
All right. Just want to make sure. Looking forward to seeing you. That's Whiskey Alpha 4 Zulu Hotel, India. I wrote Michigan, can't even read my own writing. That's James here in Mount Juliet, and it's Whiskey Alpha 4 Zulu Hotel, India. Who else is south or east?
Kilo India 4 Sierra India Bravo.
You're going to ignore your better half?
Kilo India 4 Sierra Oscar Romeo.
Sounds good. How you doing, Richard?
I'm tired. I'm looking forward to Saturday, but I got to charge my battery between now and then because I'm a little bit wolfed right now.
Why don't you bring 25 of your 26 HTs for sell them?
Put them together, you might as well cut my left or right arm off.
Yeah, no, but you could take a vacation after that.
Not much of one.
Well, it would be, what do they call it? Working man's, no, what do they call it? It's another name. English uses a different term. I forget what it is, but it's like a working man's vacation. You go out to the park.
Yeah, it's called a staycation.
Well, very good. Everything going well, though, for your work?
Oh, yeah, everything's under control. We were kind of slow today, but that'll pick up Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. And next week we'll be hammered.
Oh, I'm sure of that. As time goes on, there's going to be more and more business to go around. So sometimes we just can't get parts for stuff, and that's one of the delays in what's going on right now.
Oh, yeah, that's been a process. But it's getting gooder, hopefully, and we're getting things delivered like the customer wants them. Customer's always wrong. I mean, right. But anyway, now we just getting along, taking parts and parts and parts, all that kind of thing. Appreciate what you're doing, Paul, and everybody on the net, 730 y'all, and I'll shut up, get out of the way. Care. Talk to you when I can. KI4SIB.
Yeah, very good, Richard. That's Richard, KI4SIB, and his bride, Kilo India 4 Sierra Oscar Romeo, Stephanie, and just west of downtown Lebanon. Where is, who else is east? Please come in.
Wes was in there.
Hey, Wes, I didn't hear you. Go ahead.
He told me he never did get back in here.
Wes, are you still there? Because you're getting covered up by those Kentucky's or Indiana, whoever the heck they are.
Yeah, check me in real fast. I can hear it all. This tropo tonight is unbelievable. KE4TWF.
Well, it's good and it's bad. I mean, if you're working some tropo on CW, you're going to do great going north.
Ain't no telling. Oh, yeah, the APR stuff is crazy right now. It'll be even worse or better if you look at it tomorrow. KE4TWF.
Yeah, very good. That's west in near Watertown. Kilo Echo 4 Tango Whiskey India. Who else is south or east?
KE4TWF.
Yeah, tonight's a good night to be on the air, Stan.
Yeah, I haven't done much on my bands tonight. I've been kind of on the lower band.
You're not seeing any enhancement elsewhere?
I haven't really looked. Getting closer to the 60 going, but 900 now.
Yeah, I saw your thing on that. That's excellent. Shows you got a real determination to get that complete.
Yeah, it's taken 5 years, but I'm some older hounds that been a hound for 40 years, and they're just now making calling.
Well, again, it's just sticking to it because it's the end result isn't money. It's not fame. It's just the fact that you got her done.
Yeah, let's do all up. Hope to see you on Saturday.
Yeah, very good, Stan. We'll catch you there. That was Stan, who's going to be at the Ham Fest. Stan in Lebanon, Kilo Mike 4 Hotel Quebec Echo. Anybody else east?
KG4, my Noreen.
Hold on, Kevin. The king of Noreen is on the air. How you doing, Earl?
I'm on the ground. I'm doing quite well now. I've been promoted, but yeah, I was just getting bits and pieces of that there other activity going on. Just thought I'd jump in and say howdy, howdy if I could. Y'all be good, and they're gonna be good at it. KE4 DEZ 73. I'm fine.
Yeah, very good. King of Noreen, Earl, KE4 Delta Echo Zulu. Kevin, you've got to be hearing those doubling in there, don't you?
Oh man, I can't hear nothing. You know me, I got a sorry antenna. That goes to show you there's something said good about a sorry antenna. You don't hear all that racket. No, yeah, I do your fault. Yeah, but you're covering it up, and everybody else I've heard so far, a couple people hadn't, but yeah, it's kind of rough out there. It's pretty cool. Everybody was scanning the bed, you probably pick up all kinds of frequencies or repeaters and everything. It's be everywhere. Yeah, well, there's nothing going on here. Same old stuff, different day.
Yeah, very good. Maybe you brought up a good point. I think what I'll do is I'll put up my crappy antenna at a lower height and just put it on the switch when I got these kind of conditions.
Oh, there you go. See, and you'll still make it out there. So just be a little bit more tougher.
Yeah, but then they'll only bother everyone else.
Yeah. See, that was a secret ploy. Get everybody get good antennas, and then go back to the sorry one.
Yeah, well, what's funny is that it would still suffer though the doubling because their power coming in here is astounding to me.
Oh yeah, it is. It's coming in real good. Well, but everybody else is sounding really good as well, except the ones with the big teeth. But for the most part, everybody's sounding good.
Yeah, this is a good example of how ham radio at the local level can get messed up because of conditions. Now, if we were out in the middle of nowhere, it'd be less likely, but we're not. I mean, we've got a lot of stations and repeaters up in there's a lot of people around us going north, and there's a lot of people south of us as well. So under ideal conditions, we're going to get a lot of trash. Anyway, that was Kevin. Kilo Golf 4 Mike India Zulu in just west of downtown Lebanon. Who else is east?
M4JAV, Alan 11.
Hey, Alan. Never did ask you if you were working on that new antenna.
Yeah, it's still a work in progress. But I'm hearing those guys from up north, like S3, S5.
Oh yeah, I'm not kidding you. They're strong and oftentimes stronger than guys that are normally locally, like you. You get covered up just a little bit there, but Some of the stations were getting covered up something fierce. Wish there was something I could do about that, but other than putting up the Great Wall of Tennessee between here and north, you know. Still there, Alan? Alan blew his cerebral cortex. He must have blew a fuse or something. Anyway, Alan, it's good to have you in there. It's Alan 11, November 4, Juliet Alpha Victor. Yeah, Juliet Alpha Victor. Who else is east?
I'm sorry, I reached down to turn my power up and change frequencies and hit buttons, and I had to figure it all back out.
Oh, I knew something bad happened like that. I just thought you might have blown a fuse or something.
No, we're good. I'll turn it back over to you. N4JAB.
Yeah, very good. That was Alan, November 4, Juliet Alpha Victor. Who else is east? Please come out.
Contact.
Hey, go ahead, contact.
Alan, KG4, I say Kevin over here.
Yes, sir.
Man, turn that radio down, you loud joker, you. You blew my radio right off the desk.
Now, you're plus 60 to me. You're just right over the hill from me.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, sounded good, man. Sounded good. KG4, I say.
N4JAB.
All righty. Anybody else east?
Oh, man.
Yeah, go ahead, comment.
That one feller was all the way up in Indiana. I was able to get one of them call signs wrote down anyway. I looked him up. He's up in Indiana.
Yeah, some of those now, remember, some of those Indiana stations, well, the ones I'm pretty sure, because they can't hear us, they're on a repeater that's in Paducah. I think it's in Paducah, and that's what they're talking on. That's why they aren't bothered by us at all. And they have an output in Fredonia, as I'm told, Kentucky, on 415.
Right, okay. Well, I guess that's how you pronounce that. It looks like Bordeaux, Indiana, or something like that. Pronounce it right.
I don't know. But we did have an Illinois station come in here earlier, if you heard that one.
No, I don't think I heard that one. Anyway, I just thought I'd throw that in there for what it's worth. KU4 or DEZ back to that.
Yeah, we only take check-ins from transplanted people from Indiana, Earl.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, very good. You're from Indiana, though, originally, aren't you?
Yeah, around southern part, around Columbus, Seymour, and Brownstown, and all points in between Brown County.
Cool. Yeah, I've never been in that area. Very good. That was Earl and Noreen. But he's from Indiana. That's why he was giving us all that detail. Who else is east? Please come up.
Oh, there was a CGY station in there.
Oh, I didn't hear him. Ed, are you in there? Well, I don't hear him at all. You're hearing him okay there, Michael?
I did a minute ago, but there was a couple others after him.
CGY, are you still there? Yeah, I don't hear him at all now. I'm trying to forget his code. Is it KE4 GZGY? I forget.
I believe that's right.
Yeah, very good. That's in. He's in Shake Rag near Shelbyville. Anybody else east? Please come in. All right, and I'll be standing by for Eddie if he's there.
W4EBX, I'm here.
Hey, Mr. Fancy Car Owner, how you doing, Ray?
Hanging in there, just trying to stay out of this heat. I got a little overheated the other day. I thought I was pretty well hydrated, but I guess when you get older, you need to watch this heat. You got to be careful.
That sun sucks the energy right out of your head.
You got that right.
I'm not kidding you, man. It's rough. It's rough when you get old like us, eh?
Yeah. Just don't forget, I'm a little
not much. So you go out and you better get a fancy little two-seater car that's got an open top on it. Well, it can be an open top. You can burn your head while you're driving.
Yeah, we had some burn the first evening.
Oh boy. All right, very good. I hope that goes well for you. He just got a new old car that's the Honda. What was the name of that again? I forgot. Del something.
Jail Snow, 1995.
1995 Del Sol. Looks pretty too. I can't wait to see it at the Hamfest. Very good. That's Eddie in Gladeville, Whiskey 4 Echo Bravo X-ray. Who else is? It's good to have you in there. I am looking forward to seeing that car. I want to see if I can fit it. Um, who else is? Where else? East. Anybody east or north?
Kilo Bravo 9, Romeo Kilo Kilo.
Hey, Frank.
The 9 Golf Sierra.
How you doing? Yeah, I think if they're getting between us, we're in trouble.
Oh, that's right. Did I hear Gulf Sierra Alpha in there? Is that you, Michael? I heard somebody. Who was the Gulf Sierra station?
Kilo Delta 9 Golf Sierra X-ray.
Ah, very good. The Gulf. Hold on one second, Frank. The Gulf Sierra X-ray. Where are you located?
I'm in Creel Springs, Illinois.
Ah, very good. What's the first name? My name is Paul, and we do a net here on this frequency twice a week on at 8 p.m. And we normally get 30 plus check-ins, but it's good to hear those stations out of the north, man. It's wide open up there.
Hello, Paul. My name is Eric, and we ride you on this frequency every night, several hours actually. And we've got a major band opening right now. We have about 8 stations up here that are probably 40 miles apart, and we have a lot of electrical noise, so we run a PL tone on our Simplex frequency. That's why we were not hearing you earlier, is that we are actually running a PL tone. Like I say, we're about 40 miles apart, and we just didn't hear you.
Well, you got an awesome signal, Eric. You sound really good. I don't know the distance. Where in Illinois you guys located?
I'm in southern Illinois, around Marion, Illinois.
Okay, very good. That's still a good distance, though.
Tennessee.
That's still a good distance, though.
Right. I'm running a 991 Alpha, barefoot with a set of stacked beams.
Now, very good. You're doing close to S7 to me here in Mount Juliet, Tennessee, and I'm about 15 miles east of Nashville.
Roger. Yeah, I've got you at about S5. Like I say, we're running PL tones because of local noise, and we just didn't hear you.
No, that's okay. We're good with that. We're used to some interference from a repeater that has an output on 415 out of Paducah.
Yeah, Roger. We get some occasional traffic in from Indiana and Tennessee, Kentucky, a lot of from Kentucky. But we've got some of those stores with the big video signs, and they're the power supplies that run those video signs wipe out our people that are in town. So to keep that noise out of the radios, we run a PL tone input and output. That way we don't hear the background noise. Didn't mean to interrupt your net, and y'all have a good evening and carry on.
Yeah, very good, Eric. Good to hear you in there. And your signal is, like I said, it's actually about an S6. It's bumping between S5, S6, but awesome signal, awesome audio. The conditions are extremely good. Yeah, we have, I was going to say, we're not sophisticated enough here. We've got about 170 people on our mailing list here in Middle Tennessee for the Simplex net and for the Simplex group we have here. And we just have a lot of fun, and like I'm sure you guys do too. But we're not sophisticated enough to put PL tones on our radio.
Okay, Rod. Well, we try to keep the power turned down, but occasionally just to get over the noise that we have. We're stocked in with repeaters up here, so we've moved around about 5 times for frequencies. But when we do hear other stations, especially something like this going on, we try to keep it down and use our beams and turn the power down. But we didn't hear you in there this evening. Like I say, y'all carry on and have a good evening. This is KD9GS.
Yeah, very good, Eric. Good to have you in there. That was Kilo Delta 9 Gulf Sierra X-ray, Southern Illinois. They do a net here as well. A bunch of rag chewers up there, and they use a PL tone because they have so much localized noise there. So it's kind of interesting to hear. Great to hear about another net. In fact, if you're still listening, Eric, because we think Simplex is great. We've been doing this here for about 7 years, almost 7 years here on this frequency, and having a good time doing it. Anyway, who else is east or north? Please come in. Anybody else east or north? Please come in. All right. Any place, anywhere? Please come in.
KG4 CXE, Christmas Office.
Bravo, November, Mike.
Say again on that last call, please. I did. Hold on, Chris. I did hear you in there, and I forgot about Frank. But who was the Bravo November, Mike?
Kilo, Bravo, 9, Bravo, November, Mike. Got RJ on this end up here in a little town called El Dorado, Illinois.
Ah, very good. That's Kilo Bravo 9, November night, November, Mike. Did I hear that correct?
Kilo, Bravo, 9, Bravo, November, Mike.
Ah, right. I have heard you. I believe I've heard your call on a repeater output out there in Kentucky or Illinois. I don't know which.
Might have been in Kentucky. I travel to Kentucky every now and then, and I holler at some of the friends down there.
Yeah, no, very good. I've heard, I just remember that call. I remember hearing it, but I can't reply to it because it only happens from that repeater over there in Western Kentucky when there's good conditions, and that's not all the time.
Yeah, I heard that.
Well, very good. What's your first name there?
RJ. That's it. All I have is just initial R period J period.
Ah, very good, RJ. You're doing fine. You got a good signal down here.
Okay, I'll set 73 and I'll get back to the other group up here and hope you all have a good one down there. Take care and have a good one. KB9BNM.
Yeah, appreciate you checking in there, RJ. That was Kilo Bravo 9, Bravo November Mike, and he's out of Southern Illinois as well. And let me get back to Frank. How you doing? Sorry for those interruptions.
No problem. No problem. I was going to say all those guys are giving me about S9.
Oh yeah, they're murder. I mean, that's big signals coming out of the north.
Yeah, no, that's great. I mean, it's like sideband. I've seen that kind of distance, with a beam on sideband, but on FM, it's rare to get to Southern Illinois. I mean, it takes me like 4 hours to get there driving.
Yeah, no, it's well, it's a pain in the neck, but it's refreshing, really, how good their audio and their signals are.
Yeah. Well, this is in these conditions. I probably got to do. Right now I was running full, but I probably need to cut it back when the conditions are this good. But I'll tell you who was really strong today was Earl.
Oh yeah, Earl had a good signal today.
He's never bad to me, but he was super strong. And also, I heard West real good too. So it's boosting, even some of the local stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Wes was strong tonight, but he's been pretty good recently. I wasn't looking at the meter, but when he wasn't getting covered up by that station, a really strong station up there, he was doing fine.
Yeah, same here. I mean, he never completely, when FM it's a little weird. They don't really mix like AM. They kind of have a little tug of war. But he wasn't too bad. He didn't get clobbered to me too bad. But you're right. Yeah, it's weird. Conditions could be crazy. At first, I thought my radio was getting, goofed up, and then because I was not hearing what you guys were talking about, I wasn't hearing it. Until a weaker station came in, and I'm like, oh, now I see what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, exactly. And some of it was just it was a weak doubling, for their heterodyne, and it was just annoying. But some of the guys were getting blocked out. Well, some of them were blocked out 100%.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you one thing that I have not run into in Tennessee yet, and hopefully doesn't happen. And they used to happen quite a bit up in the Chicagoland area. we would get pagers and other weird stuff ride the carrier and go over with the when certain people would transmit, it come with their signal.
Oh man, those pagers and some of those pager guys run big power too.
Yeah, it'd be weird. I mean, it would only be when that certain person lived in that corner, or whenever he would key up, you get that signal riding with his, and it was weird, and it would do that. And you would find them. You could do the math, and you could find out what frequency it's on, and then sure enough, you'd find it. And we had a CAD company that was doing something weird like that, and we got them, taken care of. They went over there and told them to fix their coax or whatever was wrong that was causing problems.
Yeah, normally that would be, but I know that oftentimes those pager companies really put out a lot of power.
I never really looked and see how much power they put out, but yeah, I don't know if they're as prevalent as they, obviously probably nowhere near. Back then, everybody had one. Now I don't think I know anybody with one.
No, I don't. The last time I remember seeing one, there was a bother was, oh my gosh, that's probably 12, 14 years ago.
Yeah, and even it's been at least that long since I've seen one. But we used to have a big, huge problem with them. The closer you got to the big city areas, but down here, I haven't run into that yet. Tonight's actually the kind of cool that we got some check-ins from. It's kind of like almost like being on 10 meters.
Yeah, Chicago has that dual problem. A lot of frequency signals and a lot of shootings. You got those two issues, really big ones.
Yeah. Well, what was really nice up there was Simplex. It did work really well because it's so flat.
Oh, I'll bet that's true. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that, but you're right. I had the same issue when I lived in Western New York. It's mostly flat there, and I could, even though there was the elevation as you go north in Ontario, it starts to rise, and so I could talk to stations that were kind of like here going up to Kentucky. You get up on the ridge, going in that direction. It was kind of the similar situation there. So I could talk to Toronto across the lake and going up into not too far, maybe 40, 50 miles north into Ontario. Anyway, good to have you in there, Frank. Everything else going well?
Yeah, everything's good. Got to work Saturday a little bit. Kind of work and have fun at the same time. But looking forward to seeing everybody, and hopefully we get a reprieve. Today was really hot. Friday it's going to be feels like 107 and possibly some rain, and then I think Saturday maybe it's going to start cooling down a little bit. So hopefully it's better than what the weather people say.
Well, I hope so, because Saturday is supposed to be, again, with the low 90s, but not in the morning.
Well, that thing is usually over by the middle of the day, a little bit afternoon. So, but I'll be out there Friday afternoon. I'm getting off early. I'm gonna go out there, see if I can help set anything up. So we'll see everybody over the weekend. KB9RKK.
Very good. That was Frank, KB9, Romeo, Kilo, Kilo. Chris, I'm sorry to put the delay on you there.
Oh, hey, man. Yeah, KG4CXC. How's it going, Paul?
Going well. Did you hear any of that interference?
No, I couldn't hear any interference, but I heard Richard really well and heard Wes breaking the squelch, which is actually pretty unusual for the indoor antenna and phone.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, like I said, if you have a less good antenna, you're not going to hear it unless you're listening on the YouTube.
Yeah, I wasn't listening on the YouTube. I came up here about 22 after and listening just on the radio. But yeah, it was interesting to hear that far out to the west or sorry, the east of me, brother. So conditions are good tonight.
Yeah, so good. We had to find another frequency.
Bingo.
Oh, we ought to have an alternate. We do. Technically, we do. I probably mentioned it in the past. We'd go to 425, just to solve that little problem, for a night. But I don't know. Maybe we should have done that early on. But then not everybody who comes in late knows where the heck we went.
Yeah, unless you've got a scope, you can't see the signal over there. Oh no.
Yeah, people would have to search for us. Anyway, good to have you in there, Chris. That was Kilo Golf 4, Charlie X-Ray Echo. Anybody else north, south, east, or west? Anywhere?
WV4E Danny Henderson. 9 November Whiskey X-Ray.
I heard. Wait, hold on one second there, Danny. There's that November whiskey X-ray station. Is that you looking for us?
This is KC9NWX here in Danville, Illinois. I heard there was a little activity down here on the frequency. Just came down to wave the hand, say hello to the guys or whoever's out here. Just stopping by. The name here is Sven, Sierra Victor Echo November, and I'm on the west side of Danville, Illinois.
Well, that's awesome, Sven. In Danville, there's been a great, as you can see, there's a great band conditions for 2 meters tonight. We've had several Illinois and Indiana stations coming, well, a few anyway. But yeah, we hold a net here with about 30 something people every Wednesday and Saturday night. And this is the first night we've had this great a band condition.
Oh, absolutely. I've been kind of keeping an eye on this little phenomenon that's been going on here for the past week or so. The band's just been incredible up here in the central United States. Back to you. And let me grab your call if I could there real quick.
Sure. My call is Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey, and my name is Paul.
Okay, Kilo 4 PEW, Paul. The name here once again is Sven, Sierra Victor Echo November. And very pleased to meet your acquaintance and the group out here. Fine business. And I'll turn it back over to you there. I don't want to tie it up too long here, but keep you guys in mind there. Occasionally we'll try to stop by. Thanks again. KC9NWX, Danville, Illinois.
Yeah, very good. You've got a nice strong audio. You're just a little tiny bit of hash in there, but you're bouncing between S3 and S4 on your transmission. So fine business on what's going on today. You're on a vertical, are you, Sven?
Yeah, I'm running a Diamond X510 up at about 40 feet to the base of the antenna. But man, this is my oldest standby rig of all time. The FT7800 dual band, the Yaesu. I've got 3 of these radios, just love them. They've just been a rock for years and years for me. Back to you.
Yeah, very good. I'm running X700 antenna, and my base elevation here is about 680 feet, and the antenna's got about 25 feet off the ground.
Yep, copy that. Elevation here is about 690. So, and I had very little around me. I'm up on a little hill, basically in the middle of the cornfield. A couple of trees, but that's about it. It sounded really, really good up here tonight.
Yeah, very good, Sven. Glad to have you in there. That was Sven, Kilo Charlie 9, November Whiskey X-ray. He's in Danville, Illinois. Another nice outside the state connection tonight. Very unusual. Are you hearing any of that, Danny?
I heard the last couple of stations. I had RJ really strong. So yeah, quite a bit of it actually.
Yeah, it's unusual to have it on this net. Actually, to have that much stuff going that far away.
Oh yeah, yeah. The enhancements apparently pretty big. I don't know if anybody follows it. There's a website if anybody's interested that mainly tracks APRS traffic, but it can be a good indicator of an enhancement for anybody that wants it. It's APRS dot menolink MENNOLINK .org, and they do a nice job of graphing it right now. If you're tracking that, the opening goes from the UP down well into Louisiana, and from the middle of Nebraska over into Ohio. So it's a pretty big opening, or a pretty big enhancement tonight.
I had that site in memory. I hadn't looked at it yet tonight because I didn't realize it was that dramatic. But I've never seen a red blotch that big.
Oh yeah, I've seen a couple of them. You see them run up and down the eastern seaboard, from New England into Florida once in a while. But there's quite a bit out over the coast, over the water like that. You see a big red blob in the middle of the U.S. You see them down in Texas a lot, but to see where it is tonight, very strange.
Yeah, no, it's amazing how big that blob. It's like somebody spilled ink on the page there.
Yeah, there's quite a few spots for
2-meter sideband on 144.200. So if anybody has a horizontal beam, might not be a bad idea to sniff around a little bit.
Yeah, that's for sure. Anyway, good to have you in there. Anything else? You doing all right though? You getting all better?
Tipping at it a little bit at a time, but kind of hold my own. Things are busy right now. But yeah, overall, no major complaints, I guess.
Somebody was asking you, but Robin was asking about you this past week.
Yeah, we had a phone conversation briefly a week or so ago, and we got to circle back and get it finished up. But I got kind of the lowdown on his situation there. That was a bit of a surprise. I didn't know anything about that. So, but yeah, we need to circle back around and get caught back up.
Well, you going to the Ham Fest on Saturday?
I somehow doubt it.
All right. Okay. You don't want to associate with us, huh?
No, it'll be over before I get there.
All right. Very good. All right. That was nothing else for the net tonight, Danny. Thanks for that link, by the way, for those that don't know of it.
Yeah, no worries. Other than Earl, if you're still listening, give me a call on the phone when you get a minute. Yeah, Paul, real quick, this is Sven, NWX.
Yeah, go ahead, Sven.
Yeah, you're like right here in the room with me, man. Your audio is so clear. It's crazy. So I had to look it up here real quick. 282 miles. And we're holding a conversation like you're here in the room with me. Your audio and your signal tonight is spectacular. I'm going to sign with you. You guys have a great evening. Thanks for letting me in on the net. Filling my guts a little bit tonight, but K4PEW, Paul, thank you very much. Down here in Tennessee from KC9NWX here in Danville, Illinois. Till we meet again, my friends. Have a good night.
Yeah, very good, Sven. Before you jump off the frequency, you can listen to this an hour and 18 minutes or so into the net on YouTube, because every one of our nets are simulcast on YouTube. Just look up my call, K4PEW, to get the channel in there, and you can just look it up, later when it gets finally finalized in a little bit. But you'll be able to hear how good you sound to me.
Well, I'll try to remember to do that. Fine business there, and you guys have a great evening. It's been a pleasure getting in on your net here tonight. Just the band has been incredible, so I like to have a little fun. I'm just an old rag chewer at heart. I don't do any contesting. Well, I try to jump in there, give some guys some points once in a while, but I just kind of have a moderate station here, and I just kind of do my own thing, and meeting wonderful people like everybody there down your way tonight. It's been a pleasure. That's what ham radio is all about, my friend. KC9NWX.
Yeah, very good. Yep, it's about people, really, and it's having fun. That's the way we think here. That's the way we generate. Ham radio is supposed to be fun. That's the premise for our club, our no rules club. Look us up. Look up whatever our club call is. KN4FKV, I think it is. We even forget what our call is. But yeah, you can look it up on the web, and you can see us on the YouTube channel. It'd be kind of neat for you to see that. Anyway, though, again, it was Kilo Charlie 9 November Whiskey X-Ray Sven in Danville, Illinois, 280 something miles away. It's awesome. What a pleasant surprise to have these stations come in. Is there anybody else north, south, east, or west? Please come now.
Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo.
Hey, your signal was killer tonight. Must be the conditions. How you doing there, Greg?
Yeah, it must be. It's good tonight. I can even hear the Danville station, and I know where Danville is. That's a photo piece away.
Well, I don't think I've ever talked Simplex on FM 280 miles away.
Yeah, my dad and I in 1981 were flying up to an air show in an antique airplane and had to do an emergency landing like on a farm road up there. So I know where that's at.
You'd never forget that one.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I don't think emergency landings don't sound fun to me.
It was just to be sure we didn't run out of fuel. GJG, stand by just for a moment.
Yeah, hold on one second. I don't think that's for me, but is there another station there?
Yeah, I've got a call coming in here. I'll be back my power down a little bit. I'm trying to miss you guys.
Okay, yeah, I'm not copying that other station.
Relay.
Yeah, go ahead. I got the Sven at NWX station again, but I didn't hear anybody else. Was that what you heard, Dennis?
But he's just trying to answer a call on the same frequency, Simplex, and he's turning his power down so he doesn't interfere with us. So what's going on is they have a rag chew up there on the same frequency that we have our net. So just because of the propagation tonight, it's just a problem. So it probably won't. If this, we'll just have to watch how this continues as far as what we do. You know.
Well, what we're going to have to do, Dennis, is everybody's going to have to downgrade to crappy antennas, or we'll just all be directional.
My antenna's crappy, and I can still hear him.
That sounds silly, but it's true. But we still hear the doubling.
Not as crappy as mine. I don't hear him.
Oh, you're doing fine, Eddie. Yeah, it's going to get better though. Yeah, but Greg, you're right though. It's even with a less than good antenna. But if you listen to the YouTube video, you'll hear how loud they were to me earlier. I mean, it's like they're stronger than if somebody was just right next door to me.
Yeah, I can imagine. On my way home, I could hear some of it when I was even mobile. So I can imagine with your setup.
Yeah, it was. Well, Dennis can hear it too. I mean, they were strong to you, obviously, weren't they, Dennis? Oh, Dennis must have jumped out.
The station's checking in locally.
It did sound. That's why I said when I first heard it, I thought somebody was trying to check in with it.
There were a couple of people that got covered up completely by a station 280 miles away.
Yeah, that's very unusual.
That blob on APRS.Mentalink is getting bigger, and it's huge. I'm trying to get somebody from Wisconsin that has a 2-meter radio that I know to turn it on and see if we can make a contact.
Yeah, no, it's going. It's got a nice little bulb going right up there into northern Wisconsin.
Anyway, I've never seen this, so back to net.
Yeah, very good. We should also be able to get down into Huntsville pretty easy because it goes down into northern Alabama and down into Mississippi.
As soon as we're done, I'm gonna do 144 200 sideband.
Yeah, I'm with you. All right, very good. I appreciate it, Dennis. And Greg, appreciate you jumping in there. Kilo Delta 9, Charlie Echo Victor, CVE. Yeah, it's Charlie Echo Victor, right?
Kilo Delta 4, Charlie Victor Echo.
I wrote it down backwards. I knew it sounded dumb. Sorry about that. You think I remember these things, but in this big rush of crazy check-ins, I screw things up again.
No problem. It shouldn't have to be a memory exercise.
Actually, it's a good memory exercise. I'm getting old, and my memory, even some dumb things, I go, how come I can't remember that? And I remember my dad being like that too.
Doing stuff like that will prevent you from getting Alzheimer's.
I hope so. There's one good thing about Alzheimer's. You wake up every day and meet new people.
All righty. Well, I'll see you on the next one.
Very good. We're running late here tonight due to all of this activity. Is there anybody else? Please check in now. Any place, anywhere.
AK4W.
Yeah, go ahead there, Bill.
Hey, just want to let you know, Paul, that clubs and nets will have the Cox cabin. The only time between 9 o'clock, the testing starts at 9 o'clock, and we can't be in there then. But you guys will have a Cox cabin outside anytime outside of the testing.
Okay, so I'm going to have to associate with other clubs? Is that what you're saying?
You got the biggest one. You got the biggest side of the room.
No, that'd be fine. It's not really that. This way I got a little more freedom. I don't have to stand behind the table.
That's right. Plus, you got air conditioning. But I'll never tell.
Well, I just heard that repeater in there too. Dennis, are you copying that repeater call?
I couldn't catch the call, but I didn't hear it.
Yeah, I didn't catch it either. All right, very good. Anybody else, any place, anywhere before we move over to 10 meters? It's already 9:26. Please come there. Very good. 33 check-ins with several from out of state, so that was kind of cool. We'll move right over to 28.415, 28.415. And that's upper sideband, by the way. So we'll see you over there. Let's hope the conditions aren't as crazy there. K4 PW.
5650.
Alrighty, this is K4 PW with the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net. Looking for check-ins from the where was I? From the west. Please come now.
KM4, wow, RF, Mike Belshire.
How's my signal tonight there, Michael?
You're at S7 to me, folks.
Ah, very good. You're doing fine. I just want to make sure. Anybody else west? Please come now. All right, I got you in there, Greg. That's Kilo Delta 4, Charlie Victor Echo. Who else is west? Yeah, I don't think I'm copying Jack. Jack, go again. Kilo Golf 4, India Lima Victor. Go ahead again. Yeah, I'm just barely copying Jack. I can barely tell he's there. But very good. I got you in there, Jack. Kilo Golf 4, India Lima Victor. Who else is west? Am I missing anybody on west? Going to the south then. Anybody south? Please come now. Over to the east. Please come now. Ah, very good. Got you in there, Bill. Kilo 4 Whiskey Uniform in up in the Cotton Town, in the Possum Town. I had it mistaken for Cotton. Who else is east? East or north? East, north, or anywhere? Yeah, are you on the 500 tonight there, Dennis?
Yeah.
Because your signal is very low to me. I mean, I'm copying you, but it's one of the worst I've heard so far.
Yeah, you and Mike are both F5.
Huh. Yeah, conditions got wacky here, didn't they?
Well, you never know what you're going to get.
No, I know. It's just weird. Anyway, so we had Whiskey 9, Bravo, Oscar, Quebec, Dennis in Castellan Springs, and Kilo India 4, Sierra India Bravo, Richard in Lebanon. Anybody else?
Kilo Bravo 9, Romeo, kill.
You get a real strong signal to me, but that's not unusual, Frank.
Yeah, no, I hear you real good too. And I heard Dennis, he's okay. Not terrible at all to me, but I'm further north.
Yeah, again, though, I would say there's been occasions where he's just come in gangbusters and others not. It's odd conditions between Castellan Springs and me.
Yeah, no, it's weird because sometimes he is really low and sometimes it's not, just like me. Well, we're close enough that I think we're always good.
Well, very good. That was Frank at Kilo Bravo 9, Romeo Kilo. Who else is any place anywhere? Is anybody copying anything I can't hear? Any place anywhere, please come down. All right, there. Your signal's a little low tonight, Kevin. Who is this S7 to you?
Kevin is S7, and he's strong.
Oh, okay, very good. Now he's very low. It's not that I have to strain, but he's just very low signal to me. I can hear him. Very good. That was Kevin. Kilo Golf 4, Mike India Zulu in Lebanon. Anybody else? Please come now.
2 meters spiked up there. What did you say?
Say again.
Go ahead. Just carry on with that.
All right, very good. Any other check-ins for the 10-meter net? Please come now. Any place, anywhere. All righty, got nothing. But that's good. We had 9 check-ins, and it showed that 10 meters was really crappy. Well, kind of crappy tonight, but 2 meters was wacky and exciting. So we'll catch everybody next night. Appreciate everybody's interest in check-ins. We'll catch you later. K4PEW closing the net unless I hear anybody right now. All righty. Go closing the net. K4PEW.